Welcome to one of our woodland experimental plots here at Glenshoch. Of course, woodlands nowadays are particularly high profile, primarily because of the role that they play in sequestering carbon, and so they're really important as an ingredient of fighting climate change. The Scottish Government has ambitious woodland expansion targets to contribute to their net zero aims, and integrating more woodlands into farming practices is a key element of those ambitions. So here at Glenshoch we've got a diversity of both woodland experiments but also woodland management across the farm, and I'll just tell you a little snapshot of some of that today. So we are standing here in what we call the Pine Common Garden experiment. It's one of 3 plots across different parts of Scotland in different bioclimatic zones, and the aim of this experiment is to look at how native pine trees of different locational and genetic origin respond to different elements of climate change, but also to tree insect pests and diseases. All the pine trees that you can see around me here were planted in 2012. They were grown from seed, from known mother trees from 21 out of the native pine forest all across Scotland. So the idea is that they represent the range of genetic variability that is inherent in our native pine populations. So why is it important to research our native pine forest resilience? Well, they've been declining dramatically in area for thousands of years, and now we only have 1% land area of this native pine forest left in Scotland. And if you add to that the threats from climate change, increasing pests and diseases of trees, then these small fragments of remaining native pine are increasingly vulnerable. So as I mentioned earlier, we have a range of different experiments going on woodlands here at Glenshoch. So as well as this Pine Common Garden experiment, we have field and lab experiments using young pine trees from the same mother sources as this, where we're controlling environmental conditions, and we can look specifically, for example, at late frost or summer drought responses of the trees. We've also got another long-term experiment called Morco, which is looking at above and below ground changes as both pine and birch colonise open moorland. And we have the agroforestry plots, which were planted in 1988, and they were set up with the aim of looking at how best to integrate livestock with timber production. If you go up to the landscape scale, we've got spatial modelers looking at the multifunctional benefits of woodlands in the landscape and where you may place your expanding resource to meet the government targets in order to maximise the benefits from the locations of woodlands and minimise those disbenefits. So when I'm talking about benefits and disbenefits, as well as sequestering and storing carbon, forests have very important biodiversity benefits. They can help in flood mitigation, water quality improvement, shelter, and a whole host of other elements in addition to that carbon. So their potential benefits in the landscape are really great.